outside the American embassy and I'm with Aisha.
Hi. Thank you. Good.
I'll hold it because I might point it.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
To show me your postcard. What is CC4PAL?
CC4PAL is Community Camp for Palestine. So these are our new leaflets. We've just got them today, so we're all quite pleased about that. And we have been here since the 1st of September. So we're coming in. We're well into our 5th month now.
You started in autumn and you've survived in the winter.
We have got through we got through we got through that storm. The camp was sort of blown away, to be honest, and we've rebuilt. We're still missing our biggest banner there, Stop the Genocide. We were actually here in April for a week. That was the initial sort of run, much smaller scale, and then after we realised that things weren't changing and they were only getting worse, we felt that it was really necessary to come back and set up in a more sustainable way and see it through. So the camp is actually inspired by the non-stop 24/7 picket that used to be outside the South African embassy in London, calling for the release of Nelson Mandela. And they were there for 4 years, all seasons, all day. I used to go there as a sort of teenager, and it was, whether it was rain, hail, snow, sun, they were there. And that was really inspiring, this sort of commitment to a call. And we thought that's what we've got to replicate, and that's what we've got to commit to, is we are not moving until this genocide stops. So that's what we're doing. And it's really growing into quite a community.
How have the authorities dealt with you?
So far, absolutely fine. We did a legal spec before we came, so we spoke to lawyers and we also spoke to civil liberties groups who, I also come from a human rights background, so we were quite confident that we are operating well within our legal right to freedom of peaceful assembly.
That's the UK law, is it?
That's UK and international.
You know what the Americans are like?
Yes, it is under international law, not that means much to them anyway these days.
The American leaders, that is, of course. I'm not saying anything about the people, but the country itself has tried to extradite people that have never even been to America.
That's right. Yeah.
I hope we're not at risk of that here.
We know that they've just taken a bill out against the ICC. It's insane what's going on and how they're sort of single-handedly binning the whole post-Second World War rules-based order in order to support and justify an ethno-supremacist genocide. So we all know what they're doing, and that's exactly why we're here. And our main banner is USA, this is your genocide, because we are fully aware, despite best efforts of politicians, leaders, mainstream media to tell us otherwise, that the USA could stop this in a phone call. The USA is funding, arming, endorsing and providing diplomatic cover for this. They need to stop it. They need to stop it and get in line, with the laws that they themselves have propagated to the rest of the world and tried to hold everyone accountable for decades, so.
Lastly, just on a personal note, you said you were in the anti-apartheid scene when you were...
I was a lot younger.
Very young. It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Were you aware of Palestine back then, or is it since then?
It's since then, but I've been aware of Palestine for many years. I've been, we've been through so many... Not we, the Palestinians have been through so much over decades, and there's been so many huge London protests each time Israel mows the lawn.
A silly question. Are you Palestinian yourself?
No. So I've always attended those protests. I've always supported Palestine.
You're all Palestinians, as we say.
And I don't think any of us ever imagined that the West would discard international law and all morality and all ethics to this extent. I really don't. I think it's really blown everything out of the water, and I feel like we've been dragged back to the worst days of colonialist barbarism in plain sight. I really do. It's like we haven't budged an inch. The West has not budged an inch since its most brutal colonial days, and unfortunately you've got total Arab subjugation at the same time. It's just... In a way, humanity has failed, but it's not. It's the leadership that's failed, because humanity all over the world is coming together and mobilising like never before for Palestine.
I know people compare to what happened in the past, and there's terrible things happen all the time, but we're so aware of it now with the social media, not from TV, but from the phone. There's no one can really say, I don't know what's happening, I was unaware. we have to raise our voice at least, right?
You've got the world's leading experts telling us it's a plausible genocide, then the Special Rapporteur, no, it is a genocide, and then mainstream, the largest human rights organisations in the world, yes, it is a genocide.
That's about intent, and the clear intent is there.
It's about intent, but also about numbers at this stage, and also about the decimation of the infrastructure to ensure that you destroy the population in whole or in part. It's not...
Get rid of them.
Absolutely decimated the infrastructure intentionally. They're starving them intentionally, besieging them intentionally. They are trying to destroy the Palestinian people in whole or in part. And they're expressing it very clearly, and their soldiers are expressing it very clearly. And thank God for organisations like the Hind Rajab organisation that are now going after those IOF soldiers and war criminals.
I should really appreciate you chatting to me. Thank you very much, and enjoy the song and the music.
Do join us, have food, and come back. We got a lot.
Are you going to do this again? I know you're here all the time, but will there be another gathering?
We've got a fantastic lineup of events for January. Every Wednesday we have a rally, 6:30 to 7:30 at the embassy door. We have film screenings every Friday. So last week we did Censoring Palestine, and we had the director, one of the filmmakers, and the founder of the film company, Platform Films, came and did a Q&A with us. We're having an alternative Trump inauguration on the 20th, and we're going to have the play Netanyahu on Trial in Tottenham is going to play here, and we've got some speakers including Fiona Lally and Chris Nynam and others that we're reaching out to at the moment. Then we're having a week for the Hind Rajab. It's coming up to a year of her killing, so we're going to be having a vigil every day the week of the 27th outside, every day from 12 till 2 outside the embassy, and we're also having a event on the 26th, I think, on police suppression of our dissent and our support of Palestine. So it's a really chocker January. Do please come
the people
back.
Search CC4PAL.
CC4PAL, yeah, that's right, on Instagram. TikTok.
Okay, great.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Canción de libertad.